There comes a point where saying, I know that I'm meant for more just isn't enough anymore. You have to start making decisions like you believe it. And lately, I've been noticing a positive shift within myself. I'm not just talking about the woman that I want to become. I'm actually moving like her. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of the Pretty Aligned Podcast, the space where we shift perspectives, reframe the way we think, and step into alignment with who we're truly meant to be. I'm your host, Octavia Darling, and every week we'll have real conversations that helps you reset your mindset, overcome limiting beliefs, and create a life that feels good from the inside out. So grab your coffee, tea, your journal, or just your open mind and get ready to receive. Let's get into it. If I knew that I was meant for more and I wanted to start acting like it, here are 3 things that I would do. First, I would get really serious about what does more actually look like? Because sometimes we say we want more without defining it. Do you want more money, more peace, more freedom, more confidence, more love, more visibility, or more impact? You need to be very clear about what you're actually working towards and what that more really is. For me, I wanted more stability. I wanted to wake up confidently knowing that I am secure internally and stable in every move that I make. I want more freedom. I wanted to be able to really live life on my own terms without feeling like I'm thriving off of survival mode. I wanted more peace of mind, not the hustle culture that I was a part of, but I wanted to wake up knowing that the work that I put in is actually paying off. This is the time where you really want to separate your desires from people's expectations. A lot of people expect things from you that doesn't even align with your vision, your goals, your plans. So you have the opportunity to really create a vision for what that next chapter looks like. Because you cannot intentionally move towards a destination you haven't clearly defined. So for example, this would look like someone who keeps saying, every day you hear this person say, I know I'm meant for more. I know I'm not supposed to be doing this. I know I'm not supposed to be working at this type of job. I know I'm not supposed to be living this way. But they are not doing anything to change the narrative. More requires intentional movements. The second thing that I would do, and y'all should know this by now, is start making decisions from my future self. So for example, instead of asking, what do I feel like doing today? You would ask, what would the person that I am becoming do today? So this looks like saying no to the things that no longer aligns with you. This looks like actually following through on the plan that you wrote down, such as going to the gym, eating healthier, saving your money, showing up and posting your content daily. This looks like applying for the opportunity that you've been so afraid to shoot your shot at. Getting organized instead of living in an environment that's filled with clutter. Taking your business seriously. I feel like I should do a separate episode on that. Note to self, Octavia, do an episode on taking your business seriously and even protecting your time. Your future self is not created by what you want. That version of yourself is created by what you repeatedly choose. This may look like not feeling motivated to work out, but you do it anyways. Not wanting to save your money, but you do it anyways. Not wanting to eat healthy, but you do it anyways. The third thing that I would do is stop negotiating with the version of myself that wants to stay comfortable. Some of you guys are in your own way because you are so attached to the comfort, to that safe zone, that you don't even know what is outside of that. Sometimes you know exactly what you need to do, you just don't want to do it. So here you are, still operating from procrastination, still operating from lack mindset, still operating from irresponsibility, still operating from fear, still operating from self-sabotage, excuses, waiting for motivation, ultimately being attached to those old habits. But here's the thing, and this is something I had to learn. You cannot keep asking your old habits to create your new life. So you know that you need to stop scrolling and instead be creating. You need to stop spending frivolously and save your money or investing. You know that you need to leave that situation that no longer serves you. You know that you need to stop talking about it and start being about it. But unfortunately, you keep negotiating with yourself. And this, my loves, is where discipline becomes extremely necessary. Now, let's shift our mindset, and I want you to repeat after me. I don't need more proof to take myself seriously. You don't need 10,000 followers. You don't need the perfect body. You don't need the perfect business. You don't need everyone's approval. And you definitely don't need someone else to validate you before you decide that you're worth taking seriously. So basically, you don't have to arrive before you start treating yourself like you're someone worth investing in. Repeat after me. I can trust myself to figure it out. Sometimes saying I'm meant for more can be very scary because you don't know how you're going to get there. But you don't need the entire path. And this is something I had to learn for myself. You just need to take the first step. And as you keep taking the steps, the path will appear. Now, the moment that you start believing that you're meant for more, your decisions should start reflecting that. You can become the person who takes the opportunity before you're ready. You see that job that you want. You see the collaboration that you want. Confidence does not always come before that leap of faith that you want to take. It's actually the opposite. You take the leap of faith and then confidence appears. You can become the person whose standards start changing. You no longer accept the bare minimum, disrespect, inconsistency, or put yourself in environments that drains you. You can become the person who glows up behind the scenes. This is not something that you announce to everyone, but you're doing the work. You're waking up earlier. You're getting to the gym. You're sticking to your routines. You're being more disciplined. You're creating content. You're saving money. You're keeping promises to yourself. And then over time, people will begin to realize, wow, something has shifted in her. She is not who she used to be. What has changed? Well, you moved differently long enough for the results to become visible. Here are some relatable points that I want you to unpack and note down what resonates with you the most. Knowing that you're meant for more does not mean that you feel confident every day. Your standards are evidence of your self-worth. Your habits reveal what you truly believe about yourself. You don't have to announce every change that you're making. Sometimes the biggest glow up that you could experience happens privately. Taking yourself seriously changes how you spend your time. Your future requires different decisions than your past. Can't keep asking for expansion and continue to choose comfort. Becoming happens through repetition. You don't need permission to take yourself seriously. So, here are the questions that I want you to reflect on for this week. What does more actually mean for me? Where am I saying that I want more but actually still choosing the same patterns? What would I do differently if I genuinely believed in myself? What decision would my future self make that I'm currently avoiding? Where am I still settling because I am afraid what it will look like if I choose more? What is one thing that I can start doing today that proves I am serious about choosing the life that I want. Maybe your breakthrough isn't going to come from doing more. Maybe it's going to come from finally moving differently. Stop waiting for someone to tell you that you're ready. Stop waiting for the results to prove that you're capable. If you know that you're meant for more, let your actions speak to that. Move like you believe it. Move like you trust yourself. And move like you're already becoming her. Thank you for hanging out with me today on the Pretty Aligned podcast. I hope that something in this episode gave you a fresh perspective or a new way to see yourself. Remember, small shifts create big change. If you love today's episode, share it with a friend who needs it, and make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss the next reset. Until then, keep aligning, keep growing, and keep becoming the best version of you. I'll see you in the next episode.